dear participants, as we come to the concluding session of the one-day international conference on emerging trends in commerce, management, accountancy, and artificial intelligence, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the valedictory function. To begin with, may I now request our principal, Professor Santosh Patkar, sir, to kindly escort our chief guest, Professor Savio, for their facilities. I also request our vice principal, Mrs. Smriti Golkar ma'am, IKC coordinator, Dr. Henry D'Souza, head of CMA department, Mr. Satyajit Dubey, and the convener of the conference, Dr. Kavi Shirokar, to kindly take their seats on the dais. Let us welcome them to the round of applause. We are privileged to have with us an eminent personality as the chief guest of this valedictory function. I now invite Vice Principal Mrs. Smriti Golkar ma'am to introduce our chief guest.
Esteemed chief guest of this evening, respected dignitaries on the days and off the days, our esteemed resource persons joining us both online and offline, dear faculty and above all our valued participants, including faculty members, research scholars and students, a very good evening to one and all. I warmly welcome you all once again to the concluding session of this one-day international conference on emerging trends in commerce, management, accountancy and artificial intelligence. As we arrive at the valedictory moments of this conference, let me place on record my sincere gratitude and appreciation to the organizing team, our teachers and students for their meticulous planning and dedicated efforts in making this event a great success. On this occasion, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest of today's valedictory function, Professor Savio Patkar. Professor Patkar is a distinguished academician and administrator, currently serving as the managing director of the Goa State Research Foundation portfolio. With a rich academic background in economics and a PhD specializing in health economics and economics of aging, he has made significant contributions to both teaching and research. He has had an illustrious career spanning over 3 decades, primarily associated with Rosary College of Commerce and Arts, Navini, where he served as vice principal for 22 years and head of the Department of Economics for over 25 years. His leadership and commitment to academic excellence have left a lasting impact on the institution. He also served as the principal of Father College, Pilar, where under his dynamic leadership, the college achieved the prestigious rank E+ grade and was ranked #1 among affiliated and autonomous colleges in Goa, a remarkable milestone in the state higher education landscape. Professor Patkar is a recognized PhD guide under Goa University and has been actively engaged in research with numerous publications in reputed national and international journals, including Scopus and UGC chemist journals. He is also an accomplished author, having published books and contributed extensively to academic and public discourse through articles and edited copies. His contribution extends beyond academics, having served on several important bodies of Goa University as the Directorate of Higher Education and as a NET peer team member, contributing to quality enhancement in higher education across institutions. Very fortunate to have such a distinguished academician, visionary leader, and a role model as our chief guest this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we extend a very warm
Thank you. As a gesture of our gratitude and regard, we now proceed with the ceremonial welcome of our dignitaries on the dais. I request our principal, Professor Santosh Patkar, sir, to present a potted plant to our chief guest, Professor Savio Patkar. And Radhika to present a flower as a token of love and respect to the other dignitaries on the dais. Our principal, Professor Santosh Patkar.
Very good evening to everyone. Today our conference started at sharp at 9 o'clock. Okay, where inaugural of our one-day international conference titled Emerging Trends in Commerce and Management, Accountancy and Artificial Intelligence, organized by the Department of Commerce, Management and Accountancy in association with the IQAC. We start head on morning, that is the 20th March 2026. The formal proceeding began with the introduction of our presiding officer, Shri Amok Parikar sir. He is the treasurer of Saraswat Education Society. His introduction was done by our HOD, Shri Satyajit sir. This was followed by the welcome address delivered by the Shri Amok Parikar sir. He highlighted the significance and academic conferences, bridging the gap between the theoretical knowledge and the practical application. Next, Principal Santosh Pavkar, in his address, spoke about the evolving nature of modern management practices and increasing importance and innovations, adaptability and sustainability in today's dynamic environment. Then, Dr. Piyuk and myself, I brief on the objective of the conference. Then the conference proceeding was released formally. In this conference proceeding, which was still on 15th of March, whichever paper came, total 119 paper we released. After this formal release, there was a keynote speaker address, which was highlighted on how the AI can be used in our this discipline. Also followed by the Dr. Fahad, who is a speaker from the Dubai, UAE. So he also highlighted his presence of how the digitalization works. As soon as the keynote speaker and plenary session over, then we started with our tracks. Okay, there were total 9 tracks, morning were 4 tracks, and minimum there were 8 to maximum there were I think 13 to 14 researchers presented the papers. In this, we see like online there were 66 presenters and offline 65. Faculty members, if you categorize, there were 51 people, research scholar with 24, UG students 7 and PG students 53. All over the world, from India, there were 10 states who participated in this conference. Also, if you see India, then Malaysia, Singapore and Afghanistan. 3 country researchers presented on this platform. There were also there were faculties who were there were different tracks where faculties, researchers, they competed. In this, we are now will be delivering, offering them like two best paper award in each track, and this is followed by now valedictory. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request the co-convener of the conference, Dr. Shakti Namangar, to kindly take over for the prize distribution.
Good evening, everyone. We had in all 8 paper presentation sessions based on the themes and the faculty and student classification, and out of which some were online. So, without much ado, I'll just come to the results. There were 2 Best Paper Presenters Award per session. So, I'll start with the first technical session, track 1, and I request our chief guest, Professor Savio Falero, to do the honors. In session 1, the first place goes to Mrs. Purnima Piji and her co-author Neha Tare, and the title of the paper is Digital Economy and Online Platform.
The second place in this session goes to Dr. Dhanish Kumar TK for his paper titled The Impact of Artificial Intelligence Adoption on Business Productivity in Emerging Economics, a Panel Data Analysis. In the second session, the first place goes to Ms. Chaitali Prakash Gauss and her co-author is Professor Philip Rodriguez Imelo. The title of the paper is Brand Equity and Consumer Purchase Intentions, an empirical evidence from the banking sector in Goa, India. The second place goes to Mr. Conrad D'Souza for his paper titled Influence of Influencer Marketing on Purchase Decisions of Generation Z Consumers, a study conducted in Goa. The third session was online, so the participants may not be here. So I will just announce the first place goes to Professor Shiva M. Padme and his co-author, Ms. Vidhi Kiran Doshi, and the title of the paper is Seasonal Income Shocks and Adaptive Strategies, Evidence from Mumbai Street Vendors Using Tourism and GST Data. And the second place goes to international participant, Mr. I. Dotti. His name actually I can't pronounce. And he's from Rashford Business School, Switzerland. And the title of the paper is AI Transparency in the Public Sector, a Procurement Corruption Fighting Framework in Africa. Session 4 also was an online session, and in this session, the first place goes to Ms. Consi Liberata Norona, Adoption of OTT Platforms in Goa, Examining Key Influencing Factors. And the second place goes to Ms. Sharda R. and her co-author, Mrs. Shova. The second place is going to Ms. P.T. Luisa Pereira. The session 5 was a hybrid session, and I request our principal to do the honors. The first place in session 5 goes to Mr. Darshan Gaukar. The paper title is Determinants of Gold ETF Investment in Intention, ETF Investment Intention in India, an empirical investigation using structural equation modeling. And his co-author is Dr. Rayawar Arvind Prabhakar. The second place goes to Mr. Jayesh B. Mayankar for his paper Digital Transformation in Tax Administration, Analyzing Taxpayer Behavior towards E-Filing System through an integrated term EPD framework. Session 6 again was an offline session, and I request our Vice Principal to do the honors. The first place goes to Ms. Vinisha Dayanand Naik for her paper titled Assessing Occupational Stress and its Effect on Mental Health and Work. And the second place goes to Ms. Krutika Satarkar for the paper Why the Tourist Experience Over Traditional Attire, Exploring Awareness and Pushful Motivation. and I request HOD Shri Satyajit Deve to do the honors. The first place is shared actually. The first person is Shri Dr. Rahul Rajubhai Bua. I think and this place is also shared, first place, by Ms. Prajvi Ravindra Parkar. The second place in session A, I request IPSC coordinator Dr. Henry D'Souza to give away the certificate. The second place goes to Ms. Riddhi Sheth Parkar for her paper, What Drives Tourist Purchase Behavior Towards Both Food Souvenirs, Applying the Theory of Consumption Balance. And I request the convener, Dr. Kavi Shirokar, to give away the last certificate. This is the second place again, shared by Ms. Soumya Shamsundar Naik for the paper Digital Financial Literacy, Financial Inclusion and Risk Mitigation, Evidence from Goa's MSMEs. Thank you, dignitaries. Congratulations, all the winners. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to all the participants. We now look forward to word from our chief guest, whose words will surely add value as we conclude this conference. I request Professor Sabu Soler to kindly address the gathering.
Principal Professor Santosh Patkar, Vice Principal Madam Shruti, Dr. Kabir, esteemed dignitaries of the days, faculty members from within and outside Goa, and those who are online, students who are participating today online and also present here. A very warm good evening to one and all. Let me start by thanking the principal for inviting me here to be the chief guest. It's an honor that I much appreciate. Thank you for giving me the time to share a few thoughts of mine. Well, dear colleagues, it's the wrong time to speak. So I will not speak much. I'll follow the golden rule where we should not speak during the valedictory session. Of course, all of you must be wanting to go back home, the students back home, and maybe the outside participants for a little visit here and there in Goa, and of course the local participants need to go back home. But I must say the principal chose the right date along with Dr. Kavi to give you a holiday tomorrow. So take a nice break. On the lighter side, let me say, after a conference some years back, 3 professors were, very deep, engrossed conversation. So they went to the station because they needed to catch a train to go back home. And the frequency of the train was that every 1 hour was the train. So after the conference like today, they were chatting, they were discussing who got the prize, why he should not have got the prize, and that presentation was wonderful. And the train came, it's still in the conversation. And they didn't know the train is waiting, it's training after 1 hour. And then they got the train moving to go, and the train is moving. All the 3 ran after the train. Only one managed to get in. So the other 2 were very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. But there was on the platform one elderly man. He said, why are you disappointed? They said, we missed the train, next train is after 1 hour. He says, think positive of everything. At least one of your colleagues got the train. They said no, he came to reach us to the platform. We were supposed to catch the train and go. So, yes, I know I shared that here now because none of you are going to catch any train. In this very interesting topic that they selected, emerging trends in commerce, accountancy, management, and artificial intelligence. They have given the scope, the organizers have given the scope to students, researchers, teachers from within and outside Goa. And having it in hybrid mode has also given opportunity to many, many more institutions and researchers to present their papers. So it's a very commendable thing, and on your behalf, we congratulate the organizers for coming up with this wonderful international conference in hybrid mode. I was thinking what to say about this particular theme. The theme has got so much depth in it. Of course, they are looking into emerging trends in commerce, emerging trends in accountancy, emerging trends in management, and also emerging trends in artificial intelligence. And also there is emerging trends of artificial intelligence in accounting, artificial intelligence in marketing, and so on. So the list that they had given on their brochure really amazed me. And they mentioned in the brochure that these are just an indicative list and the participants can choose anything of their choice. And as I heard you getting the prizes, congratulations to those who have been awarded for best paper, winner and runners-up. But also congratulations to those, so many of you, who not only attended but presented papers. Well, now through this particular initiative of the college and through your wonderful participation, dear faculty and students, you have done extra research. Research is something that everyone looks forward. Research is something where the government of Goa has also come up with this research foundation, Goa State Research Foundation. And this will be particularly of interest to maybe the delegates from outside Goa. So dear friends from outside Goa, this research foundation is a one-of-a-kind foundation established by the government of Goa, and Goa is the only state in the country having a body exclusively to promote and fund research. So right from schools to the university to engineering colleges, medical, arts, commerce, science, everybody is covered. We cover students, we cover research scholars, we cover teachers, we cover even the informal sector. So we therefore, understanding the importance of research, and all of you being researchers here, please remember, if you want to pursue research even further, if you want to publish your papers, because now comes the time for you to think of publication. You have gone through the discussion, through your presentation, wonderful inputs from your co-participants. Refine your papers and come with a better paper so that you can think of publishing it and coming up with further research. The business, the commerce, the accountancy, everything is changing, is evolving. But at the same time, I must say to you, dear delegates, we have to be a little careful of artificial intelligence. Of course, you use it. Just to give you on the lighter side what happened around 8-10 months back. I was just doing some little work on ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, who is Savio Falero? That's myself. And they tell me he's a person from Goa, they are right there, and he is a world-class film producer, and he has produced some super hits of Hollywood, and they gave the names. Now, why did ChatGPT make that mistake? So when we use something, of course we need to take care of issues of plagiarism. Sometimes when we take care of plagiarism, we forget that copyright is a worse problem rather than plagiarism. So we will need to take all precautions to ensure that what we deliver through our research papers is the best that happens to our society. So I congratulate once again all the participants. Special congratulations to those who deservingly got your awards as the winner or the runners-up. To the others as well, well done, keep it up, study. There are so many things evolving. Now see, if we take the case of Amazon, it's fully based on AI. Flipkart is based on AI. You try to buy something on Amazon, and next 1 month they pester you on your social media, buy this also there, this also there. How do they know? So commerce integrated with AI, and therefore we need to be in these times where even the baker, in Goa we have bakers, so the who come to the market, to the houses and all that. Even they have the QR codes, they have those UPI transactions to be done. You go for fish, they also will tell you pay by GPay. So everything has evolved and changed. So we will need to be abreast, and this initiative has given the platform to all of you to showcase your research work and make that continue in years and times to come. So once again, thank you to the principal, to the organizers, and I must appreciate the wonderful work put in by the principal. He's one of the most senior most principals in Goa, and in commerce you always use the word, what you call it, financial year, no? 1st April. So principal sir, in my opinion, I think will be the most senior person in the coming financial year in Goa, because there will be nobody more senior to him in April. So all the best to you, principal, to the organizers, to students. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our principal, Professor Santosh Patkar, sir, to present a memento to our chief guest, Professor Savio Solero, as a token of our love and appreciation. Thank you. As we come to the end of this conference, it is time to express our sincere gratitude to all those who have contributed to its success. I now invite the co-convener of this conference, Dr. Prerna Ramphatkar, to propose the vote of thanks.
Yes, right from morning there have been deliberations and we've all been sitting and rather I would say running around. So coming to the last part of today's international conference on emerging trends in commerce management, accountancy and artificial intelligence, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank everyone who has been a part of this conference. Respected dignitaries on the days and of the days, I would like to thank on behalf of the college our chief guest, Professor Savio Solero, for having graced this occasion with his presence. Thank you, sir, for your advice, insights, and words of appreciation. I thank the management, principal, and vice principal for their motivation and support. All the delegates who made it here with their research papers and the delegates who attended the conference offline and online, the heads of the institutions for having deputed their faculty and the students. A special word of appreciation to all the students who participated in large numbers, all the chairpersons, resource persons, the keynote speakers who joined the conference, some offline and some online, and some of them have travelled all the way from Maharashtra and all. Thank you, sir, for being here. All the members of the organizing committee, the faculty members, the teaching, non-teaching staff, the student volunteers, thank you one and all for being a part of this conference. It was great having you here as a part of the conference. Thank you. There's a small announcement. There's a feedback link which will be shared in the group. Kindly fill that. Okay. Thank you so much.